first of all, you have to rap in Swahili. They were like really giving me this hard time. I remember. No one wanted to play my songs, so that's when I thought, okay, I have to do something here. So I asked my cousin, okay, so who is the guy that I can do like a collab with, like a known artist here, another known artist in Kenya? Because like in order to like get accepted, you have to like make a song with someone that's known there or something like that. So that's what I did with Kantai, and that's when we did the Happy song. And then, you know, when I did the Happy song with him, suddenly all the radio stations wanted to know everything about me. So it's like that. But at first, it was hard because people are like, okay, so you really think you're Kenyan? I mean, you're coming here from Norwegian, or all of a sudden, and then you're gonna like give us music, you know?
Yeah. Wow. But you kept on going.
I kept on going. You don't know, it was so hard, and like, because I mean, the whole trip came from my pocket, you know, and the first week, yeah, we're eating meat, you know, but the rest of the 2.5 months, it was all about spinach. So I even lost weight. And then there was a time I was like thinking like, okay, what the hell am I really doing? You know, I should you know, go back to Norway, start working, and like, you know, get a hold of myself. But then I woke up the next day, I'm like, okay, let's do this. You see, I mean, that's the beauty of, you know, of life, though, because you will meet, like, what would you call it? You will meet, like, hard times, and, like, you will feel like giving up. But the beauty of it is just waking up the next day and forgetting what you had. I mean, like, you know, forgetting the bad thoughts of giving up. I mean, just wake up and, like, you back on it, you see? So that's what I did in Kenya, and when I came back from Kenya to Norway, that's when my cousin, he called me, and then he said, wow, okay, you nominated for the most promising artist. I'm like, woohoo, okay. But, you know, but nothing comes easy, and whatever comes easy, you know, it goes out easy. So it's best when you're working really hard and, like, get to taste that struggle, because then the payment is so sweet, you know? And that's what I basically got from Kenya, the award. And it's a beautiful thing. I have it here in my room. I see it all the time. When I have bad days or when I feel so uninspired, I just look at it. I'm like, okay, have to move on.
All right. And how long were you in Kenya when you went back in 2006?
Yeah, I was in Kenya in 2005 from November to January, and then I went back in March to June. Okay. Yeah.
Did you do a lot of live shows back in Kenya?
No, because actually, when I was in Kenya, no one really like paid any attention to me. No one really wanted to listen to my music. No one, I didn't get a lot of boosts or anything, because it was a really hard time. Because promoting these songs, and okay, who are you? Who is Stella? I mean, okay, you're coming from Norway. Who do you think you are? So basically, those 6 months was just struggle. But when I came back to Norway in 2006 in June, that's when my cousin, he called me up and said, okay, so you're nominated. I'm like, huh? And when I was in Kenya, no one even cared, so he's a weird thing. So actually, I didn't get to do a lot of stage performance. Okay, I did one, and that was in December in 2005. It was for this summer, like for cars, like car competition or something like that. I really can't remember, but no one had heard of me, nothing. So basically, the crowd was like just looking like, okay, who is she?
How was that? How did that feel?
I think that was the hardest crowd ever. Seriously. Because, I got this feeling like, okay, here in Kenya, okay, there's a competition here, okay? There's a really big competition. And that's what I really thank God that I really went back to Kenya and got to, like, have a taste of that. Because I just realized that if I didn't, like, give all my best, I could have, I don't even know. People could have been, like, really, like, throwing garbage at me, seriously. So when I was on stage, I just felt, okay, I was just looking at people. I was like, okay, here I really have to give all my best, because people really don't want to listen to bullshit. So basically, I just gave my all. And, when I went off stage, people were like, okay, let's just wait and see what she has next. So, yeah.
So you left Kenya, came back to Norway, and how have things been since, now that you're doing this full time?
Nothing has really changed, because I'm still doing music, but now it's my full-time job.
And it's paying the bills?
That's it. Yeah, of course. I get to pay the bills because I have some shows. So I'm still paying the bills. But it's a struggle being an artist because it's taking a risk because nothing is assured. I mean, there's no like school and guarantee that you're going to make it. It's a big risk that actually every artist has to take. So every month when it's time to pay the bills, I'm like, okay, yikes. But eventually things work out though. Things work out at the last moment.
And like now, you wake up in the morning, I'm assuming, and feel like, I'm doing what I was supposed to do. And
yeah, it's such a great feeling.
and now that you're like an artist and all of that, like, do people treat you better now?
Now the thing is that you don't know who is supporting you, who is loving you, who is after you, Now it's like, it's a man eat man, When you finally, life is really weird, because like when you have a dream, okay, and then you tell people about it, people will just like give you doubts. They'll like tell you things like, oh my God, who do you think you are? You get no support at all. But when you do achieve the dream, then you have all these people around you, all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden you can't even tell the difference from who is who any longer. I mean, you can't even tell the difference from if they're supporting you or if they're just like after breaking you down.
What do the people who break you down, how do they do it? The people who try to break you down?
You don't know. That's the thing.
Okay.
You really don't know who is after doing what when you really start achieving things.
Okay. And like if you could give like one word of advice like to anyone like who wants to come over to Norway from Kenya now, like just so that something that to make the experience better, what would you say would be?
Right now Norway is a good country to live. It's a good country to grow up because like now you have people from Pakistan, you have people from from all over the world. But when back in '91, it was like taboo coming from another country. But now it's like, now it's all good. I have a baby sister that's 8 years old, and I keep asking her, like, oh my God, okay, so what happened in school today? Did someone call you something? Did someone, because I'm a little bit old school, and she'd be like, Stella, chill. It's all good. So things have changed.
People are much more tolerant and respectful of guys from other cultures.
Of course, yeah.
Ah, cool. Well, thank you so much, Stella. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me do this interview. It's all good. And yeah, spread all love and play my music.
This has been the Displaced African podcast. The Displaced African is the African immigrant's personal development blog. You can find it at www.thedisplacedafrican.com.